Hello. And welcome back to some Terraforming Mars solo challenge. Before I hit the button, I am going to give a quick little update. There's been a video that I've been postponing putting out until it gets really bad. But basically, the last two times I've run, they just so happen to be videos about modded runs in Terraforming Mars. I've been having hardware issues with my new PC, so I might have to get a replacement part, but the computer's been crashing, and I've been losing the recording that I've been making and losing the save file and whatnot. So it's been a little bit frustrating. That's why you're getting so many solo challenges, because it just so happens that those ones haven't been when the crashes occurred. But I'll keep you guys posted. We're doing some things between me and my PC manufacturer, and we're fixing that stuff. So just wanted to let you know that that's kind of what's going on in the back end. But otherwise, let's just jump into it. Jeez, I sound like Philip DeFranco there. But yeah, what are we thinking of here? I was just doing the first round of statistics for adding in the things. We're not quite through season 2 just yet, but we have like, I don't know, 15, 13 goes left. What do we want to do? Like, obviously there's a lot of value here. But yeah, so I've been finally getting a good chance to look at, who have we done well with, who are we not doing well with. We were on so many good win streaks. This is a crap start. So what I'm looking at here, I'm just going to go out and focus on this for a second. Phobolog is good because you start with $40 worth of titanium. However, this is not a card that's going to help you in the early game. This card is good, and you get 4 titanium back, which is great, but that's the only thing here that can use titanium in the early game, because Toll Station, it's just not even a card. There's no opponents to get income from. And Shuttles, you can't play until 5% anyway. So then we go back and we go Helion. Okay, well, what does Helion get going for? Nothing other than the fact that it has 3 heat production. It's as simple as that. We can go Natural Preserve. The cities of the neutrals are in god-awful places for us. Arctic algae and flooding are good. If we had energy, I'd consider magnetic field domes. And honestly, Bribe Committee, sure. Because the big thing about Bribe Committee is it's 2 for 2, so just think of it as 2 income. And that's it. Like, we're just running in here. Ugh. And then we're going to try and get a card up here. Like, we're good in the sense that we have Arctic algae. But we're not good in the sense that, why the hell did I do that? Well, I was going to do flooding, but we might as well do Bribe Committee, because Bribe Committee's 2 TR. I was going to use the flooding right away to get 2 cards, but I really should have just held off. Well, do I hold off on Arctic algae? No, because I always want to get the 2 plants. So, it's fine, unless something comes up here that's a little bit better to play. Which, we don't have a titanium or steel income, so neither of these are good for us. Oxygen for energy is fine. We could just buy standard project powers, but I don't think that's particularly strong. So we're just going to try and get 2 cards and pray. Baby, come on. Okay, there's some titanium production or an energy production. Let's start with the titanium, because it's more directly feeding back into cards that we can play. Whereas the energy, it does a heat bump, which is something that we're interested in, but it's not as important. This is interesting, because I think I'm going to take both cards, but I'm really only interested in playing strip mining as soon as possible. So we take both. This is 13 bucks. And then we don't have enough for an energy production. I really like this, but I still think strip mining is better. However, I'm realizing there's no way in heck that we're going to be able to get it next turn. So we're going to have to put it off. We'll trade 2 heat now for 3 heat next turn. It's fine, but we really want to get strip mining on the table. So any card that will help accelerate that is what we're looking for. I'm not saying you could save the... Ooh, Soletta. Maybe we just throw this generation away and get Soletta next turn. I'd love... Look at all this science. Look at it all. I can't do it. We will do the heat bump, because then we'll still have a heat bump next turn. And then we'll make enough money to play Soletta, I think. 36? I think it's 36, or it's 35, rather. Soletta, I think, originally was the most expensive card you could play. Soletta. Just so you know, it's ultra-thin mirrors focusing sunlight onto the red planet. Soletta is not some giant thing. It's a million tiny little mirrors that catch the rays of the sun and just redirect it onto specific points and heat the planet for doubling sunlight surface exposure stuff. Like a little magnifying glass. So I don't think we take anything, so we can play Soletta and get our heat bump. And the heat bump gives us energy. Oh, we have titanium. I sure could have taken stuff. Though I wouldn't have wanted the nuke, and I wouldn't have wanted the shipment. I probably would have taken research, honestly. The point, 2 cards, 2 science tags. That can go a long way, especially for us, because the cards that are like, oh, you need 4 or 5 science tags to play this, and then you get 4 or 6 energy production. Huge. So imported GHG almost pays for itself. Mine is just good, but we still have... I'm going to play this because it just pays itself off. We still have a need for 2 energy here, so that we can play our mining. But it's just not fitting with our game plan. I'll buy 1, because I think we're starving for it, but it feels weird to buy 1 and not both. Like that's an expensive way of putting resources into something that, depending on what cards we draft, we may stay away from it. Or we'll just get that, but we don't even have 2 power tags. Trees are good. Inventor's Guild is good, but I think this generation we're going to spend our heat to get our energy going, because we've wanted strip mine for far too long. We still get a heat bump out of it. I would have rather had 2, but the 2 oxygen means we should have really grabbed the heat and plant production. I forgot that we actually had 2 plant production or 2 oxygen bumps on the horizon. That's me playing fast and sloppy. That was a mistake. Though we would have dug into our heat even deeper. It would have been a good play. It's just not as good. I think we want fuel factory. Something to do. Power plant. And we're just going to keep heating the planet. We got trees and stuff on the way. Fuel factory we can buy with our steel. Now we have a lot of surplus metals. Or at least we're going to have surplus titanium. Which to me is, you know... Like, I don't know, I feel good about this run. Whenever you're Helion, you have 16 heat income. You know, short term, you got to plug it into the heat. Except for those odd rounds when you need a little bit extra cash flow. Long term, it's like, yo. So we've been struggling for energy, so I can't not grab space mirrors. And then plants and stuff, that's just good. So we might even activate space mirrors, I'm not sure. I want to start with Phobos Space Haven because we just have so much titanium. We want to use it. It's not great ROI. The rate of return is low. But it's not insubstantial. Like, it still exists and it's still... Like, we're not using the titanium anyway, which means there's no opportunity cost, right? Like, we may as well make money on what we have. Like, invest your money instead of putting it under your bed. Not because of inflation, which is a real thing, but because you just got to make money, bro. You need to be making money to win Terraforming Mars in 14 generations. Delicious little sip. Got my nighttime tea to cool me down. Especially because I'm coming into this so hot. I do like Med Labs. Mostly because it pays itself off with the income. Think about, like, we have, it'll be our 8th building tag. That's 4 income 4 times, 16 bucks. That pays itself off, but we're using steel to buy it. And then energy is cool, but we can buy energy for $7 if required. So Med Labs, this is an obvious play because we don't have other cards that would use the steel anyway. And especially considering the fact that we have Arctic Algae, I do think we're in a good spot. Like, that was an expensive thing to buy early. Here's the... Fam. How do you feel about spending 14 bucks on something that would have cost us 8 bucks later, because heat, in order to get trees this turn? I think that's a fantastic idea. Because the difference in dollars is 6 bucks. Would you spend 6 bucks to have 3 plants? Almost certainly. Does it also give us 1 plant right now? It's pretty fantastic. I hate taking this spot because you could always get mining area, the cheap one that you have to place adjacent. But at this point in the game, we're going to generation, 11. Production cards all of a sudden are pretty low on the priority. Fish is good. This is very strong for us because it's basically like 6 bucks back on events. And we have so much titanium that I have to grab everything. Have to grab everything? What do you mean? Well, Dome Crater's a good city, and 9 titanium is basically $30. Optimal arrow breaking is too synergistic not to grab because we don't even need to have heat. It's just money. So it's just all good all around. This is a great spot for a city. We could use our steel to get it. 4 bucks here. Like, bam, bam. I could have grabbed 2 titanium, but I want to start on these plants. Though, like, all of these great adjacencies are kind of messed. But if we go here, and then we can start going along the bottom, we're probably going to need the adjacency money back. Though we're doing pretty good for income. 14. I never actually, took a second to just, sit back. And I'm going to do this click, by the way, just in case we need an energy, or in case we need multiple energy in the future. I'd rather have 1 energy in the bowl for certain cards. But I haven't sat back and just appreciated. We're pretty good on TR for Generation 12. And we're pretty good for income. And we have 16 heat income, which all of a sudden is going to become money. Radcam. Radcam's good. It's 2 points. Think about it that way. And income. This is 2 actual points, but not income. We're going to want to do this again, but let me do the clicks first. That brings us to fish. I don't want to miss that fish click. So there goes our energy. We're going to buy the energy back. The order of operations may have been poor there because I'm thinking about buying oceans. And oceans sometimes hit breakpoints, right? Where it's like, oh, had I bought the ocean first, I would have got money back, and the money back I could have used on yada yada. But we're good in this case because we had enough for greenery. Though, spending our heat is really not that big a deal at this point because we have 16 heat income, not to mention the 1 coming over, and only 2 more clicks, and 1 of them's free. So, the only thing that makes it really good is it's as if you had a card that would spend 8 bucks for an income. At this point, there's only 1 more production phase left, but here's another good example. How many plant tags do we have? 3? Yo, and we have a whole bunch of this. Yo, Cupola we can still play. How many events have we played? Not enough. Okay, so we need to play Cupola pretty much right away. And I also need to play this. Where do we want Cupola is my question. Probably just like here or here. Yeah, I think we're gonna want it here. Let me start by buying an ocean. It's a weird one, but I'd like that ocean down. Because right now what I'm seeing is if we put a city here and a city here, then they're evenly spaced. You can get, you know, greeneries in between them. This one here allows me to feel okay as I build around the water a little bit more. We do not want to do a heat click. We do, however, want to do this click. Okay, that's a lot of plant income. Give us another fish, please. Give us another this. Let's put an ocean all for a card first. We already have enough plants for a granary, so I'm not going to worry about it. We are behind on, you know, oxygen. I don't want to get too cocky here. But there's kelp farming, which is, like, pretty nice. No, I couldn't have gotten it sooner. Well, I could have rushed it sooner. Immigrant City is going to be good for us just because it's a cheap city that doesn't cost us points, so we can put it down between 2 greeneries or 3 greeneries and happily get some points for it. We could also put it along 1 greenery. Noctis City. These are all really good cards for us. Because we have plants, or rather animals, that would benefit from this. Let's spend $2 to look at the cards. Do we want any of these? We're not playing space tags. We could play a science tag. So I'll take it. Now, really, I don't think we have this one at all right now. It's my problem. So why don't I play mangroves, because it's pretty friggin' cheap. And then I'll buy 2 oceans. The thing that's keeping us in it here is that our money's at 28, but we have 24 heat. But we need so much ocean. But the ocean gives us so much money. And so many plants. I don't know. Two, 4, 6. Okay. So if I go here and here. Yikes. Oh, 3 year though. So Noctis City and Immigrant City, we could play both of them for 2 plants apiece. So I'm going to start with Immigrant City. Oh, wait, we don't have the energy for it. It's still 2 plants, but now we're a plant short from what I wanted. Because this gives us 3 plants. Yikes. Well, if we buy a greenery, we have no money left. Because we can buy a greenery for 4 and get $4 back. So that would leave us with $6. I don't know what to say, fam. Do not know what to say. I thought I could Noctis City for the 2. But then we wouldn't even have enough money for Rocket City. I don't know how high I am. We didn't get a space event, really? I could pay both of these and just pray for... Alright. I think that's it, right? Like, we do not have enough money. $23. We can only scoop 2 plants. It's not enough. We cannot get more than that because all of our good plant pickup spots, the double here, 2 doubles here, all roped. So, but there's... I was going to say, oh, I'll play both of these and draw a card. But drawing a card does nothing either. So we just buy a greenery and draw a card and pray? We already got mangroves. I guess there could be some sort of comet or an event. No, because we'd have no money. We're in a super catch-22, guys. All I can think to do is... you just place it where it's supposed to go. You look at your 4 titanium and say, what's wrong with you? I mean, I put my heart on the line. I really did. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we can only get up to $8. Look, just... Yo, EOS. Come on. Come on. We have $10. It's just not enough. I could have gotten 1 more point by keeping the other card instead, but you know, humanity is dead. Sorry, guys. Could not save you. But maybe this card will help. And if not, maybe this card will help. You know, I played this here for 2 plants and $2. But had I gotten $6 and... No, because I needed the plants. I don't know what to say. Just sad days. Helion. Cooking up something. Not a win, though. They actually were 100% in Season 1, and now they've faltered twice now, I think. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed. I sure did. It was still a fun run. It felt more powerful than it was. And that's fine. Anyways, cheers. I'll see you in the next one.